tuned into Quick Charge, the high voltage podcast bringing you the top stories in electric vehicles and sustainable energy daily. And it's all powered by Electrek. Welcome to Quick Charge. It's December 11th, 2024, and I'm your host, Joe Boris. The big news today is less about what car you buy and more about where and how you buy it. That's because Hyundai is now selling EVs on Amazon, and Peter Johnson writes about how you can snag one. Buying a new vehicle through the new Amazon Auto program is as easy as shopping for your next outfit or gaming system. You can search by make, model, trim, color, and specific features to browse the available inventory at a participating dealer near you. The best part, checkout is through Amazon.com, the website we're already on way too much as it is. You don't have to deal with the annoying dealership experience with transparent, haggle-free pricing too. And if you have a trade-in, you can quickly get a quote from an independent third party, which you can use towards buying your new vehicle. When you go to the dealership for pickup, you can drop your trade-in off there. So that's really exciting stuff. Moving on from there, Tesla is losing its head of autopilot hardware engineering to Amazon's self-driving effort. Tesla has lost its longtime head of autopilot hardware engineering to Amazon's self-driving company, Zoox. Tesla executive Zheng Gao has been with the company for more than 8 years, and for the last 3 has been the head of autopilot hardware engineering. He elaborated on his role in his LinkedIn profile, managing the mechanical engineering, thermal engineering, display engineering, and camera engineering teams for low-voltage electronic systems. He was in charge of designing the hardware that powers Tesla's autopilot and FSD features. Prior to his leading engineering role at Tesla, Gao spent a decade at Apple and has been behind many electronic designs. Zoox, a self-driving company owned by Amazon, has announced that it hired Gao for a similar leading role at that company. Gao is leaving Tesla at a critical time as the automaker claims it is about to achieve unsupervised self-driving next year, although it should be noted that CEO Elon Musk has claimed exactly that every year for the last 6 years. But it's not all bad news for Tesla, as the company is reportedly exploring entering the Indian auto market again. Deja vu for Tesla as the company explores entering the Indian auto market again after several unsuccessful attempts over the last few years. That's according to Fred Lambert, who published this yesterday. It didn't look like Tesla was going to take the Indian government's offer, as the American automaker's effort in the market appeared to have stalled. But things are now moving again. Reuters reports that Tesla is now talking with real estate group DLF about finding a showroom in New Delhi. Tesla, which has paused its search for a showroom in India in recent months, is now in early stage talks with DLF to help secure space in the capital region, said the two sources who have direct knowledge of the situation. However, the talks are reportedly in early stages and may not add up to anything. Under India's current new program for foreign EV manufacturers, the import tariffs are only limited to 15% and apply to 40,000 vehicles, no more than 8,000 per year. The automaker benefiting from those lower import tariffs also needs to make a $500 million U.S. investment into the local EV manufacturing over 5 years, but has to start no later than within 3 years of beginning to import models. India, of course, not the only important EV market on Tesla's radar. Tesla's Cybertruck has received early homologations in China just days after denying rumors of a launch in that country. It was less than a week ago that Tesla China's comms team went out of its way to deny rumors that Tesla had plans to launch the Cybertruck in the Chinese auto market. That's why it's surprising to see now that Tesla has received some level of homologation for the electric pickup truck in that market. CNEV reported Tesla received an energy consumption label from the Chinese Ministry of Industry and Information Technology. Quote, Tesla has made a filing with China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, MIIT, to measure the energy consumption of the Cybertruck, and today received an automobile energy consumption label. It's not the entirety of the needed homologation process, but it is a step towards that. Back on this side of the ocean, the U.S. Postal Service says it is going electric despite Donald Trump. While incoming President Trump aims to cancel contracts for new EVs for the U.S. Postal Service, the Postmaster General says he defends its electrification plans and won't return any funding for EVs unless Congress forces the issue. Reuters reports that Postmaster General Louis DeJoy said at a U.S. House of Representatives hearing that, quote, the EV purchase plan makes business sense for USPS. He added that any changes to that had to be legislation. Last week, news hit that Trump's transition team was looking to cancel the USPS contracts as part of a broad anti-EV suite of executive orders. Sources told Reuters that Trump's team was looking into how it could unwind billion-dollar contracts, including those with Oshkosh to build the next generation postal delivery vehicles. Oshkosh has a South Carolina plant building its EVs, so Representative William Timmons, a South Carolina Republican, suggested a workaround for the company to revert its plan to buy 90% ICE vehicles so the contract could stay intact. Oshkosh plans to deliver about 45,000 next-gen EVs and 21,000 off-the-shelf EVs, which include 9,250 Ford E-Transit vans. Quote, "There is no reason that we should spend $1 billion plus more dollars to impose a Green New Deal mandate on the post office," Timmons said. "I can promise you that Congress is about to fix it. I look forward to working with the incoming Trump administration to right the ship." Okay, look, before we go any further, it is clear that Timmons is an absolute buffoon. He has no idea what he's talking about and doesn't seem to understand that the post office is a service to this country in the same way that the United States military is, which is why it has a postmaster general and not a postmaster general manager. According to the report, DeJoy said that the USPS purchased 28,000 vehicles this year, with 22,000 of them being gas-powered. Purchases next year are expected to be about 50-50 EVs and ICE, with new vehicles purchased beyond 2026 to be 100% electric. Now, finally, we like to end these shows talking about the environment, talking about sustainability, talking about the grid. Today is no different. A record $847 million capital raise is powering a commercial rooftop solar wave. That's according to Michelle Lewis. Commercial rooftop solar developer Solar Landscape secured a record-breaking $847 million in 2024 to fund its largest ever portfolio of commercial rooftop solar projects. The windfall will finance more than 200 installations and bring clean energy to the equivalent of more than 50,000 homes. Prologis, a global logistics giant, announced in September that it's working with Solar Landscape to put solar on 30 million square feet of rooftop space, contributing to its ambitious 1 gigawatt of solar and battery storage by 2025 goal. Meanwhile, Walmart is investing in 74 rooftop solar projects across Maryland and Illinois, adding nearly 43 megawatts of clean energy to local grids. The financing came from a mix of 10 investors and financing partners, highlighting growing confidence in Asbury Park, New Jersey-based Solar Landscape's ability to scale up its rooftop solar. Key State Renewables alone committed $184 million in tax equity, pooling regional banks to back over 100 megawatts of projects spanning 85 million square feet. Silicon Valley Bank, alongside KeyBank Capital Markets and National Bank of Canada, coordinated a $283 million green loan. This funding also supports workforce development and community access to affordable power. Solar Landscape also announced today that it has locked in contracts for 40 million square feet of additional commercial and industrial rooftop space, laying the groundwork for another 500 megawatts of solar capacity, enough by itself to power 80,000 homes. That's all we've got for today, December 11th. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a minute of this. And keep in mind, we are very, very close to our 1,000th episode. We're going to have something really fun and exciting for you then, so be sure you don't miss it.